All right, everybody, welcome to the week. I hope you're doing great, terrific. I hope this video finds you well. I will be doing an extended reading for this video. So if you want that, there's a link in the description box. Let's see where we go today. This is a collective reading for the energy of this week. Whatever title comes out, whatever message comes out. If that resonates for you, then this reading is for you. It could be one or two pieces of the reading or the whole shooting match, okay? All right. Let's see where we go. Let's see where we go. If you're part of our Ascension group on Wednesday, I have a terrific guest, Tom LaHue, who's going to talk about the Enneagram, which I'm very excited to share with you. If you don't know what that is, come on, jump on board. It really is about understanding how you work under stress, how you can create more prosperity by just embracing your personality strengths, okay? So let's see where we go today with this reading. What is coming up? What is coming up? Wow. I release my need to be right. I am defenseless and at peace. I release my need to be right. I am defenseless and at peace. This is Gabby Bernstein's Spirit Junkie Oracle deck. Thank you very much, Peggy, for sending that along. I really love this deck. I welcome healthy, loving relationships. Not heavy. Healthy, loving relationships. It's brand new. It's hard for me to do this. Okay. Every cell in my body is conscious and communicates with each positive thought I have. Very beautiful energy. I release my need to be right. All the cells in my body are, excuse me, vibrating with positive energy. That feels really good. All right, let's see where we go. I welcome heavy. There's something here about heavy. I welcome healthy, loving relationships because that big V in the middle of loving is catching my eye. So there's something here about heavy relationships. If you're having an issue with heavy relationships lately, I do feel like it has something to do with wanting peace, and there's some power or control battle or something like that about being right. Okay, so that might be something for you. I like this idea that shifting more into positive, loving thoughts is going to make things a lot easier with your relationships. And, those of us definitely who have from time to time struggle with trust issues, it can be hard to really allow yourself to believe that other people are operating from a place of integrity or from a place of kindness. I get it. It can be difficult. But you can't do this across the board. Each person has to have their relationship with you, and you can't just be like, okay, I don't trust anybody or I trust everybody. Either way, that's going to get you into a heap of trouble. So I feel like the message for this is work on knowing which relationships are worth your energy and trust and which are not. That seems, oh yeah, of course, I would trust the people who are trustworthy and I don't trust the people who are not. But it's really about asking and navigating that sense of, how do I know this person's trustworthy? Well, the thing is, if you're not tapping into your intuition and you're not hearing your own wisdom, your own guides telling you about, okay, this is feeling weird to me, this person is giving off this energy of narcissism or whatever, or self-congratulation or self-aggrandizement or whatever it is, it can be really hard to just be like, okay, I trust you. And then hoping against hope that this person doesn't jerk you around. Let's do something different, okay? This week, let's commit to really feeling into the energy of situations, making decisions based on what is aligned with us, and then trusting ourselves that we can handle whatever comes from that decision. All right, that's a big one for this week. King of Pentacles underneath, the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, Six of Swords, Emperor, Page of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, Knight of Wands, Eight of Cups, and the Three of Swords. I feel like there is somebody here. I think the argument happened because of, the argument happened because of what you value. Your values are different. I feel like some of you are in a connection with somebody who does have some narcissistic tendencies. And while, it doesn't mean that that person is a card carrying, diagnosed narcissist or anything like that. It's just that they're very focused on themselves right now. So I'm going to let that be the control game that I'm seeing here, and help you understand that this person, I feel like they're just super insecure. Now, that doesn't mean that you go jumping off the cliff to trust them or bring them back around to you or anything like that. I feel like this person has a lot to learn about relationships, and they're in the very, very beginning stages of learning that. So you, on the other hand, I feel like you have done a lot of work on this, 7 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. And it's like the business of humanity. Isn't that in A Christmas Carol? Is your business? Isn't that what's in that play? That we work really hard on aligning with our values. We work really hard on our relationships and the ones that are meaningful to us. I do feel like some of you are deciding to cut bait. Okay? You might have spent a lot of time and effort on this person, on this connection, and I do feel like you're moving away from it. This person is likely only capable of the beginning stages of a relationship. This might be somebody who came from your childhood or something like that, and now the dynamic is something quite different. They're only really capable of the beginning stage. What I mean by that is this person has no second, third, fourth gear. So I'm sure you've been in relationships before where the beginning stage is really great. It starts out awesome, and that person is very, you feel like they're very compatible. Like most people with narcissistic tendencies are really good at the beginning stage, because that's when everything is light and fun and you don't know. They haven't told you a bunch of lies yet, so you can't catch them in anything. They're fresh to you. They're brand new to you. And I feel like some of you might have had this experience before. And so you've worked long and hard on seeing these red flags. Good job. Okay. And so you've decided, this is kind of the thing. Like, some of us have tried to argue and fight with the narcissists in our lives, or the people who have narcissistic tendencies, or who are just very entitled or focused on themselves. A lot of us have tried to fight with them and bring them over to the light side. And I feel like you got to start with good material. You can't reshape a person as a good partner if they can't be a good partner to themselves, if they are someone who is suspicious of partnerships, or someone who wants to dominate and control other people, or something like that. Healthy, loving relationship. Can you see that? I don't think you can. Yeah, I welcome healthy, healthy, loving relationships. I'm having a real hard time saying this. I welcome healthy, loving relationships, mostly because I feel like the energy of this is, it's not this person. The 8 of Cups and the 3 of Swords, 2 of these walking away cards, and I just feel like this person is in like a little control battle with you, or you might feel that there's a control battle here. So I like that you're moving away from this. The 3 of Swords, it's like, well, it's still in the early stages, so I don't feel like this is really going to damage you in any way. And I feel like the good news here is, you're giving somebody a shot. You're giving somebody a chance in the beginning, and then you say no or yes or whatever, right? Like, when you initially start, you're saying little yeses. You're not saying any big yeses. So I want you to be conscious of, how deep do I jump into relationships in the beginning? How much? And that's not about, I don't feel that aligns with, well, I'm a trusting person, and so people can be openly trusting. I mean, I'm a Sag, so we are like, yay, we trust everybody when we're, and all that kind of stuff. And until you get burned a bunch of times, and then you trust nobody. So there's a healthy, happy middle happy island where you're in charge of this island, which is your heart and your home and your kindness and your generosity and your realness and everything like that. And you decide who comes up on the beach. You decide. And so you let people kind of hang out in the shallow waters a little bit, and you kind of ask questions and you get to know a little bit, and then you're like, yeah, I think you should just keep going. That's a lot less damaging to your life than saying, come on and build a house, and then being like, oh, that's not the right person, but they've already spent time and treasure building on your land, building on your kindness and generosity. And it's infinitely harder than to move people along. So I want to get you used to, what is it, like hire slow, fire fast kind of thing. And that's a really good policy, because if you hire slow, you're taking your time. It's not about, I don't trust anybody. It's about, I don't trust myself to make a good decision. And so that's what we're working on here. The Knight of Wands and this Page of Pentacles and this Emperor suggests to me, first of all, I feel like there's an imbalance between you and this person. I feel like you are this King of Pentacles. You're somebody that has a lot to offer. And this person, they have a little bit to offer. And I don't mean in terms of money. What I mean in terms of tangibility, someone who's a real person, someone who is able to see their own faults and their own gifts, and be equally grateful for both of those things, because our faults really show us where we need to grow, where we need to learn, and our gifts show us, what we have achieved so far, and what we can offer to others and to ourselves. And I just feel like this person is somebody who outwardly looks like an emperor, but inwardly is really a Page of Pentacles. They are very insecure and not really, excuse me, not really aligned. So I see you kind of having these conversations and taking it slow. I'm going to do some clarification here. Talk to me more about this Emperor and the Page of Pentacles. Ace of Swords in reverse. Wow. Tower. Two of Pentacles and the Chariot. This person is not telling the truth about something that is very important to you. I think if you haven't had a big fight already or something like that where they revealed their inauthenticity, they will. And then you get to decide. I feel like they take off, though, sooner than you would imagine. I feel like once you see behind the curtain, it's like, you can't see the real me. So I'm going to take off. So I feel like you might dodge a bullet here. And, we do have this full moon in Leo right now, which is all about shining a light on something joyful and fun and lighthearted and everything like that. So really use that energy with this person playfully. Like, don't get yourself in too deep here. Just be playful and lighthearted. And then, there might be a time when you catch them in a lie or something like that, and that just blows off their facade and they can't do it. They can't deal with that. So why is the Knight of Wands here going in two separate directions? Oh yeah, Seven of Swords, the Temperance energy, the Six of Cups, Nine of Swords. So this person you might have known from when you were a teenager, high school. Six of Cups, they're coming back in, and it's like you're finally seeing who they truly are. I feel like at one time you might have put them on a pedestal, or you might have, and I do feel like you're going to spend some time working on this because you do want it to work. I feel like you want to trust this person. But at the end of the day, I don't like this combination at all. Okay? The Knight of Wands and the Seven of Swords. This is somebody who tells lies or embellishes. Let's say embellishes. This person could be a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sag. I also see Cancerian energy here. But you're going in a different direction. This person is going this way. It's the Six of Cups and the Nine of Swords. I feel like they come from your past. This person comes from your past. And you are in the 7 and 8s. they're in the pages and the knights. So pages and knights are messengers. They're people who kind of cross our paths. They don't have a lot of staying power. They're still teenagery. This emperor energy is how they're presenting, meaning you might think at first like, wow, this person's kind of a big deal. I also see Aries and Sag very loudly here as Cancer as well as Cancerian. So share with me the Three of Swords. What is going on here? I think this is a clash between your values, what you value, and what what this other person values. It's like, what is your heart telling you? The Three of Swords here. Queen of Swords, Empress, the World, and the Moon. It's like, follow your heart. The moon is your heart. The moon is, I've heard other people say the moon is your mind also. And with the Queen of Swords here, that kind of makes sense to me. But I do feel like this is the end of a cycle where you just take people at face value, especially people you knew when they were small, when they were younger. And you might give people like a pass, a free pass, because you went to high school with them, but and went to kindergarten. Who was I talking to that was a friend of mine who we talked about this a long time ago, and she was like, yeah, Ted Bundy went to kindergarten too. It doesn't mean I think he's a good guy. And I'm like, yeah, but if you went to kindergarten with Ted Bundy, wouldn't you be kind of like, holy cow, that person was trusted by a lot of people, and they got in a lot of trouble for trusting him. So you might want to think twice about that. And that's what I mean. It's like a little bit of like conscious, positive thoughts, conscious ability to, instead of just jumping in, to understand who you're dealing with here. And let's see, a little timing card here. Who am I dealing with? Because I feel like at first you might think that this is your life partner, that this is a life partner possibility. But I feel a little bit here like there's more to this than meets the eye, and I think you'll be working. They might come toward you because of the fact that you have money, or you have stability, you have capability. You might be the one who pays for everything or something like that. I don't know. The Pentacles are showing up pretty loud here. So let me ask about a timing card. Right now. So especially since my intention is that this is this week. So this is a time for you to leave behind sentimental virtues. And I feel like you're giving them a chance, but I also feel like you don't let them into the inner sanctum, right? Like you don't bring them to your house. You don't introduce them to friends. You don't introduce them to family. You don't bring them into your money situation. You don't talk about your issues or problems or the things you're working on. You don't let them see the kind of vulnerabilities that someone who has this kind of personality might leverage and manipulate you with. You just need to be very circumspect about the things that you're willing to share, the questions that you have for this person. And I think that will go spectacularly well if you do that. Because I think what you're going to be surprised by is how much you benefit by learning from this person. There's a lot to learn here. A lot to learn here. And it might take a little while. It might be a few weeks or even a few months where this person is in your life, maybe up to 6 months. And during that time, there is no like jumping in to live with somebody. There's no allowing them to ingratiate themselves into your work life or anything like that. Really be mindful of that. Don't let that happen, because I don't feel like this is long term. What I do feel like is you're going to surprise yourself with how accurate you are when you give yourself time to get to know somebody, to ask embarrassing questions, to be aligned with what you want to create, and be, okay, you're showing yourself not to be worthy of that. I'm not going to codependently try to make you worthy of that, because that's ridiculous. It really is. It's sort of like, you're just like, hoping against hope that this is the right person. but don't let yourself get overwhelmed by the possibilities, the hope, the all of that. Just do me a favor. Give yourself a few weeks and pay attention. Don't hand over your heart, right? Don't hand over your heart. What was that? Oh, yeah. I have a friend who spent 6 months healing herself after a very traditionally challenging relationship. And one day she was like, okay, I'm ready to date. And that afternoon, someone came up to her in the parking lot at Famous Footwear or something like that. And she was like ready to drive off with him. And I was like, don't give it all away in front of Famous Footwear. So that's like just a little joke. Okay. And, but do yourself a favor and don't give it all away in front of Famous Footwear, because there is a possibility that even though there might be a little bit of feeling growing between the two of you, I don't think this person can really do much more than that. So they're going to try to push you quick, push you fast. Be careful, okay? So let's see where this goes. I want to get more information for you. I see that I feel like you're heading into a new cycle. This cycle is coming to an end. So I do feel like you see this pretty quickly. So let's see where we go, all right? I'll do week by week. Well, day by day, sorry. Week by week. I'll talk more about this week and the energies of this week in the extended. All right. Link is below if you want to continue on. I'll see you over there. All right. I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.